It's the Weekly Wrap with your host, broadcasting legend Bruce Wolf, and his trusty sidekick, comedian Tim Slagle. And now, without further ado, Bruce Wolf.
It's the Weekly Wrap with Tim Slagle and Bruce Wolf, still on the mend. We hope to have him back in maybe a week or so. But sitting in the other chair is my partner from another day above ground, Mr. Dale Irvin.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Weekly Wrap. I'm glad to be filling in for Bruce, and I look forward to him returning quickly.
And as always, Bruce's favorite part of the show has been handed down to Dale. Dale must try and guess what's in the background of my Zoom call.
Well, a couple of things. First of all, it might be the same as my background, which is what Chicago looks like right now. We're getting all that wonderful smoke from the Canadians, the same people who bring us the polar vortex, and so that's one guess. The second guess might be I don't know, still something to do with soccer. That's all I have.
Yeah,
Two guesses.
Well, as you know, that the president is going to go on the air. He's going to address the nation tonight about apparently he has evidence that the 2020 election was rigged. Goodbye, Mr. Owens. And he's going to wrap that tin foil tightly around his head, and he's got real evidence. And I also have evidence of the Chinese interfering with the 2020 election.
Well, I would say, you got the Chinese abacus. Okay, he's doing it there. Got it. Or he's keeping score at the FIFA
match. So you could have been right. It's I don't know what I said that picture was.
Yeah, well, he said he's got evidence, and my suggestion would be, first of all, it was 6 years ago. You've had two terms anyhow, let it go, and instead put it in a book. If you've got the evidence, that would make a great book that would sell and make you even more money.
Yeah, I couldn't disagree more, Dale, because if it worked in 2020, it'll work again. And what we need to do is we need to find what evidence there is, prosecute anyone who might have been involved, and perhaps that'll discourage people from doing it in the future. Because especially coming up on the midterms right now, it's where I think some states are already mailing out the ballots for November.
Well, yeah, I mean, I agree that there's got to be a free and fair elections, and I think the place to start is looking for ID when you go to the polls. Okay, I mean that would be the first start that I would go. But yeah, if it was fixed, and they can actually find the people and think that the prosecutor can make it stick, yeah, make them hang.
I am so old school. I think it should be a one-day event, no more election month, one-day event with ID, paper ballots, counted that evening, and you dip your finger in an ink bottle on the way out to make sure that you got nobody with a purple finger is allowed to vote. So that's what I believe. It's which is interesting is which is the way they do it in most of the world.
Exactly.
It's somehow we think that more advanced is better, and every advancement is open an avenue for fraud.
Let's make it. Nothing can happen there.
Sure.
Let's on Facebook. That would be a good idea.
Let the people who vote 95% Democrat be responsible for carrying your ballot to the Board of Elections. That's yes, really good idea. The people that see all the Charlie Kirk, Turning Point, Trump, Donald Trump fundraising letters coming into your mailbox every single day are the ones that are going to take your ballot out. Sure, they're trustworthy. And I've always said, okay, if you really think your ballot is secure, I want you to mail me $100 bill.
Yeah.
And if you're hesitant, well,
And in New York, they've traded out all of the ballot boxes for incinerators because you don't need to vote. We'll tell you.
Kind of what they're about to do in Maine now that
Yes.
now that they no longer have a senatorial candidate on the running for on the Democrat side. In Mad Max, I always go back to this. It's I think it was the original Mad Max movie that Mad Max kind of became a phenom. If you remember, he was doing, I think, Coke commercials, or was it Pepsi? I can't even remember the beverage, but he was an icon of the '80s, and he looked computer generated, but he wasn't. He just had like plastic hair and lots of makeup, so he looked computer generated. It was actually the computers weren't that sophisticated to do that, but
Now, are you talking about Mad Max
oh,
or
not Mad
Max
Max,
Headroom?
Max Headroom. Oh,
When you said Mad Max had plastic hair, I go, I beg to disagree.
oh, thank you,
Yeah, Max Headroom.
thank you for correcting my Alzheimer's, Dale.
I'll
Max
try to remember next
Headroom.
time.
The Max Headroom movie, though, that it was based on, the idea of it was there was a brand new, that elections had gotten to the point where all you had to do to vote was tune in to the network that supports your candidate on your television. And at midnight on election day, they would just do ratings. They do television ratings, and the station with the highest rating, that was the candidate that won. That was kind of the satirical idea that seems like we're approaching with every step that makes the elections a little easier.
Well, my idea is that instead of even filling out a ballot, you get either a red hat or a blue hat. On election day at a specified time, you go and stand outside. We've got enough drones and things to figure out how many blue hats and how many red hats in the country, and there's your winner. Either that or make the whole thing a lottery.
It sounds like a Dr. Seuss story for some reason. I don't know exactly why, but it just evokes Dr. Seuss. It's yeah yeah. So far, we really don't know what it's going to be about. He has not actually told people what the speech is. Apparently, it's a big secret. So I don't know if these leaks are legitimate or not. Especially now, because White House officials were asked to turn over their phones.
That's a little freaky, man, because they think somebody used their phone to leak that information, and that means that if that's true, those people in the White House are not that bright because that's what burner phones were invented for.
Yeah, well, it wasn't actually the election speech information. It was the reason why they sent the brand new Air Force One to
Right.
military bases in Europe. And he said, "Oh, we just wanted the troops to get a look at the beautiful new plane. That's all we wanted. It's our way of thanking our servicemen over in Europe." And somebody said, "He's afraid that it's going to get blowed up."
Do we get to ride home on that plane then if it's a gift?
And I have a feeling some of these people in the White House are so stupid that they get
Some?
that they get a text from the New York Times saying, "Well, have you got any good intel for me?" And they say, "Shh, switch to my burner phone, man. Can't talk here. Need to talk on the burner phone." So it's they all said, "Turn over your phones, and we want to take a look. We want to see which one of you has the New York Times in their contact list." And
Interesting.
that,
Interesting.
and if you did, you might want to hand in your resignation, because that way you might be able to save your pension.
And guard your contact list because I mistakenly sent nude photos of myself to everybody on my contact list. And I got to tell you, that was a lot of postage. Mistakenly.
In other news, J.D. Vance says the Trump administration has screwed up communications on the Epstein files. Have you seen this?
Yep.
During a lengthy podcast interview with Joe Rogan, which is really kind of interesting to watch Rubio and Vance go head to head. I mean, it truly is. Who can take on the more jobs? Who can get the most publicity? Who can, Vance has been on The View. He's been on the Joe Rogan podcast, and then Marco Rubio's doing speeches and going overseas. I mean, it really is. It truly is like an episode of The Apprentice. It's who wants to be get my endorsement, and he's making the two of them work their butts off against each other.
The loneliest candidate. Who would you vote for?
It's apparently Joe Rogan. He said that it was Pam Bondi. Made the mistake. Said that a client list was sitting on my desk right now, and she probably should not have said that if she did not have a client list sitting on her desk right now.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, she should have just, I have a client list on my, whoops, it just caught fire. I'm so sorry.
And here's the thing, and I've said this before, it's just because you were on the client list or you were on Epstein's flight logs or anything like that does not mean you engaged in something illicit. It's Bill Gates. Bill Gates, we know, was with an adult who gave him a venereal disease.
Well, at least it was an adult.
Yeah, the only thing illegal that Bill Gates did, as far as that was concerned, is ask someone not a doctor to prescribe him antibiotics. They did not release. They did release what it was, though. What the antibiotic was, which I guess we would have been able to figure out what Bill Gates caught off the. Just a case of the Russian pox, I guess.
He's got the an old cheer.
Which doesn't work on Zoom. We got that and a lot more stories coming up. Stay tuned. Stay tuned for Tim Slagle with Dale Irvin filling in for Bruce Wolf on the Weekly Wrap. Tim Slagle in for Bruce Wolf with Dale Irvin here on the Weekly Wrap. We are talking about Trump's got a speech tonight. I don't know if this is going to be part of his speech, but he does not, according to the Gateway Pundit, he does not rule out a ground invasion in Iran. He suggests that U.S. will take Karg Island, which is spelled K-A-R-G, and it looks like a evil scientist lair in James Bond, the way it's spelled.
Well, I think it's a misprint. He wants to take Kong Island because he saw that on the movie, so they want to take over Kong Island.
Well, what Kong? Oh, where they found the King of Kong.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes,
Well, King Kong lived on Kong Island, so they named it after him because he was the only one there.
And I think it's great. I think Karg Island is far more valuable to the United States than Greenland. It's what the heck? And it's smaller, so it's I don't know how the population compares or how the military is set up there, but I would love to see Karg Island become the new Guantanamo, be our Mideast Guantanamo. Just take it over, set up a military base, and use it as a place to patrol the traffic through the Strait of Hormuz.
But wouldn't that put it on the same level as Russia just taking over Ukraine?
No, it'd make him like Ted Roosevelt taking over Panama. It's like we're digging a canal through there, and it's ours. And if you got a problem with that, remember the Maine, okay?
we have jobs available, and if you get malaria, you can keep it.
And here's the difference too: is nobody liked the fact of what Russia tried to do in Ukraine, and how we all kind of had sympathy for the funny little leader. And I don't think the world would be upset if the United States had a military base on Karg Island. I don't see that.
Well, if nobody over there would really oppose it, then yeah, sure, then it would be a good idea. But I'm seeing pushback coming from somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. Well, China mostly, because China's been getting cheap oil from Iran because they're not supposed to get nobody's supposed to get oil from Iran. So China is going to have to pay the market price, and they're not gonna be too happy when they get a look get a look at $7 a gallon gas.
Well, maybe they'll learn that and like keep their food to themselves, you know? Gee.
Yeah, yeah. The problem is, of course, is that you're assuming that we do not have they do not have another flu in the chamber ready to go.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, they got one in the safe. Going, time to release? No, not yet. Not yet. A little bit more.
You sure they said release? It's the most horrible racist joke, but for some reason it just still cracks me up every single
Release.
time.
Yeah.
It's we were talking about the White House handing over phones in the previous segment. Meanwhile, Senate Judiciary Committee Chuck Grassley Tuesday revealed that former special counsel Jack Smith spied on 44 members of Congress and actually read their text messages.
Now, can he do that just by tapping into their phones, or how do you do that? Or
You don't have to tap into phones anymore, Dale. It's you just have to flick the switch and you got them. It's
wow.
yeah. Phone companies have all our conversations recorded. What do you think they're building all those data centers for? All over the country. They got all our conversations, they got all their texts, and all the FBI had to do. All he had to do was ask for them. And I
Wow.
think which was it? I can't remember. I think it was AT&T that said no way, but Verizon said here you go. And
Man.
but it was enough. It was enough, I guess, to actually get. I guess all the members of Congress were on Verizon. Or maybe he subpoenaed him. I don't know the detail, but yeah. And then when he was asked about it, he goes, "No, no, I didn't do that." But so he perjured himself. So
Wow.
he is now guilty of a crime. And the big question is, does the Department of Justice have the fortitude to actually haul Jack Smith out? And I think they should, man. I think they should go to his house with armed guards and just tear up the place and make sure you go through his wife's underwear drawer. If
And is Jack Smith his real name? Tell me that doesn't sound like an alias. You know? He lives next door to John Doe.
We were talking a little bit about the election conspiracy in the previous segment as well. And speaking of conspiracies, and more proof that Trump has a big roll of Reynolds wrap at his disposal. When asked if Russia may have poisoned Republican Senator Lindsey Graham, President Donald Trump replied that the lawmaker had deep-seated health problems and questioned political pressure over the recent release of a toxicology report.
Huh.
Yeah, I got this wrong. Looks like Trump said, "Oh no, no, no." It's other people that are saying it.
Okay. I'm sorry that the guy passed because I have always liked his crackers. They were some of the best, and I'm gonna miss that.
It was actually Greg Kelly that asked whether Russia might have targeted Graham because
Uh-huh.
did you know that the CIA has a heart attack gun?
No.
Yep.
It's something that can give you a heart attack?
Yes. Yes. What it does
Oh.
is, and here's Tim Foyle time. But I've heard that this is legitimate. What it does is it shoots like an iodine crystal. I don't know the exact salt that's iodine salt that's in the crystal, but it's frozen, and it goes into your bloodstream and it initiates a heart attack, and then the ice melts and it just looks like a little pimple.
Does it penetrate the body?
It just goes into the yeah just through the skin, just a little bit through the
Well,
skin.
then somebody would find out what happened with a bullet hole in your
No,
arm.
no, no, no. It's tiny. It's like a
Oh,
sliver.
oh,
So
oh, 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 oh.
it looks like a pimple
Ah,
is the only thing that unless you're a very very good, you know, Quincy M.E. level coroner. You're just going to say, it looks like a pimple in Quincy. I don't think that's a pimple. There's too many
Targeted
motivations
as
for.
targeted assassinations. Yeah, that's what we need more of. The hell.
So it was suspicious that it happened right after he came back from Ukraine, but who knows what he was doing in Ukraine, right?
Amazing. Amazing.
It's Meanwhile, over in China, China has introduced rules to rein in the AI companion bots. Have you heard about this?
No, yes, they're emotional companion bots, which means they're dirty.
Well, apparently it's more than that. It's more these companion bots are actually people are setting up relationships with them. Is that AI is better than your wife at faking it? So that they actually pretend to listen and they pretend to be concerned and they empathize with you. And apparently a lot of Chinese are addicted to these, and China's saying, this is not healthy. And the reason, of course, that they're not saying is, geez, why would so many men be spending so much time with imaginary romantic partners?
They're
C-
lonely.
because 20 years ago you kind of got rid of all the girls. They're
Well,
gee,
that's true. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
yeah,
We need
it's
something here. Somebody invent something. We not no more women.
it's a reverse surf city on steroids. It's like 10 guys to every girl. Or something. It's from what I understand, North Korea's biggest export into China right now is women,
Wow.
because there's
Wow.
just not enough to go, not enough to go around. So that's why I think that there's a problem with men pretending to have
That's
relationships
probably
online.
what the guy is keeping track of in the picture behind you. It's the how many women are gone.
No, he's calculating the cost of a North Korean wife. That's what he's doing. And speaking of 5 minutes more into the future, is apparently the Hyundai factory in South Korea is no longer making Hyundais, which is really going to impact the car theft market in Chicago. But that's another story.
Well,
Uh,
they have a problem with people objecting to the robots, right? That they're using to make them. Yeah,
yep, yep, yep. The you can't really call them. Can you call them scabs? Or would they
robo
be
scabs, robo scabs.
scabs, or would they be solders?
Yeah.
I think is probably a better term for the robots that are. Yeah, they don't want robots to replace them. Which
Well, who would? You know.
yeah, but it's kind of interesting because the robots are still working. So it's robots don't strike. That's the lesson of this. You guys really think you're gaining something by shutting down the plant?
Well, and it
You
was
think it's going to make them less dependent on robots? Seriously, fellas?
it was interesting too. I didn't realize South Korea had unions. I mean, these these guys, their union is getting into it, which usually can stop anything, but not over in South Korea apparently, because
Yeah, that's right. The UAW's everywhere, Dale. Everywhere. Anyway, we got lots more stories coming up. We're gonna be talking about hormones in the military here on Tim Slagle, Dale Irvin for Bruce Wolf on the Weekly Wrap. Tim Slagle, Dale Irvin in for Bruce Wolf on the Weekly Wrap. Bruce is still on the mend. We hope to have him back shortly, but we got stories to cover, so we're not gonna sleep. Is Hegseth, Pete Hegseth is now requiring testosterone deficiency screenings for service members over 30.
yes, we want them very manly and mean and ready to fight anything that moves. Really. Wow,
Uh,
man, I can't believe that.
really?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's what I can't believe is that they're only doing it for people over 30. I I I think everyone entering the military should be forced to take a
Men and women.
testosterone test. Yeah, absolutely. And but I'll bet you some women will score higher than some men. But those men usually don't go to war. They're don't enlist. They're too busy out at the Antifa rallies eating vegan sandwiches.
But yeah,
So
so you
that's
get you're going to get more testosterone if you're in the army. So
it.
that'll be accompanied at dinner by more saltpeter. So,
So
give and take.
yeah, that's actually an interesting take on it. Is that they used to sneak feed them stuff to lower the testosterone
Yeah, yeah.
because they didn't. I don't know what they didn't. They didn't want them. They didn't want them visiting ladies on shore leave. They
Apparently
didn't.
they didn't, they were very anti-hanky panky, I believe, back then.
Yeah, yeah. I guess in the Navy, it's
The
it's they said that carrier in the Gulf and the Straits or the Strait right now, I think it
Uh-huh.
was 200 days without visiting shore.
Wow.
200 days. So yes, yeah,
Wow.
you want to salt that, Peter. Let me tell you.
Oh man. So do they still have food left if they haven't gone to shore in 200 days?
Well, I mean, it's an aircraft carrier, so
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah, they can't land a transport plane, but they could. I'm
I'm
sure they
getting
can.
carry out. Who wants what?
But that's the beauty of nuclear battleships is they never have to refuel.
Yeah,
Like maybe
yeah.
once every 15 years. So
That's what they
that's
told me about my air conditioner. Oh no. I had to do it again this year and refuel it.
yeah. Did you?
Yep.
How much it cost you?
A bunch. I think we had 4 pounds of air conditioner stuff put in.
I put in five. Cost me $700. How about
Yeah,
you?
my wife takes care of that because I get upset if I find out how
Yeah.
much we're spending. So
Chris had to have that done last year, and Bruce, we still tease Bruce about it. Is that he thinks we should do an HVAC show.
there you go. There you
So
go.
so isn't that funny? We both had. Was it when you turned it on when you clicked it on? Was it dead from the start or?
Yes,
Yep,
yes.
same.
It was bringing. It was still the fan was still working, but it was rather warm air that was
Yep,
blowing around.
yep,
They
same
do a leak
same.
test? This
Uh,
is HVAC
I
talk.
don't know. He did it. I mean, it's an older air conditioner, so I don't. I'm sure he probably checked it for a leak or poked a hole in it, so I got to order a new one somewhere.
There's got to be a leak, otherwise you wouldn't need more.
Oh, well,
It is.
we all got a leak, so it's part of nature.
Yeah, that's what a friend had said that. She said, "My yeah, our basement's leaking, but my house is 110 years old. So if I'm 110, if I make it to 110, I won't mind if I leak a little." But hey, that's more a joke for another day above ground. The podcast Dale and I do every week for baby boomers. You can if you enjoy hearing us together, tune it, subscribe, go over, look at anotherdayaboveground.com.
And you don't have to be a baby boomer to laugh, because the whole show is dedicated to helping baby boomers or anybody relieve their pain by laughing more, because it's one of the ways you can do it, or ease your pain at least. So yeah, follow us on Another Day Above Ground, and we promise we will make you laugh every week,
Yeah,
or come very, very close to it.
it's and speaking of things people are laughing at, former President Joe Biden is releasing a memoir about the 4 years in the White House. So it's everything he remembers about his 4 years in the White House. So I think it's going to be one page. It's going to be chocolate chip ice cream.
Well, it's going to be a full book, but it's like those books they used to have, how everything you need to know about, and the thing is all blank pages. So it's going to be what I remember. It'll be all blank pages.
Of course, the big joke on that one that everyone's telling is who wrote it? The auto pen?
That would be funny if it was written and the author's name was Otto, Otto Pen.
Book's going to be published by Little Brown and Company.
Okay.
Little Brown was the Secret Service code for when he needed to be changed. Now that I think about
it. Oh, goodness.
And he's waiting till after midterms before he's going to release it. So the entire Democrat
Well, one of
Party.
the things said it would be out in September. He said it would be out in September, which would be before the midterms, but now it's going to be after the midterms or possibly instead of the midterms.
And the entire party breathed a sigh of relief upon that news. Anyway, hey, I think this is something I'm behind. This is boy, I think if there's anything that the President Trump can do in his 4 years, I think this should be at the top of the list. House of Representatives Tuesday passed a Trump-backed bill to make daylight savings time permanent.
Let me just say, it's about time. We don't need it anymore. It's been enacted for a couple hundred years. We don't need it anymore.
And we got plenty of daylight.
I'm sorry, what was that?
We got plenty of daylight.
Exactly. Not today in Chicago, obviously, but it comes and goes. But I hated adjusting all of my timepieces because in my backyard, I've got a sundial. And it's very difficult. It's in the ground, and it's hard to adjust it twice a year.
It's actually surprising that we've got so many daylights since my mom used to spank them out of me. And it's already people are complaining.
Yes.
They're complaining. They're saying it's going to be dark when kids go to school in January. And it's like, well, you could start school an hour later.
Exactly.
But
I don't know. No, I hope I hope everything passes and we get rid of it, and it would be a lovely thing that Trump
or just
will have
keep it forever. Just go on that time.
Just never change our clocks again. We keep where we are right now.
Because there is nothing. Because I'm usually sleeping. I rarely get up before dawn, and rarely get up before noon, to be honest. But rarely up before dawn, and it is just so depressing when you get in December and it starts getting dark at 3.
Yeah, right after lunch. That's not good. So yeah, I agree. I hope that passes, and we see an end to DST. Or a continuance of it, rather.
And here's a story that you submitted, Dale. But I think you've been spoofed. But I think it's funny enough to read it. Is that horse sales in rural Russia have jumped several-fold in the past month as Russia runs out of gas, thanks to the aggressive Ukrainian attacks on Russian refineries.
Well, this was actually a very rural area where they decided that it would be much better to have horses than cars because cars are costing too much. I don't think it was a spoof, but maybe it was. But either way, I can understand how it could have happened.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's I don't know though. Are horses solving the problem of global? Because you can't get an electric. Well, I guess you can get an electric horse.
It doesn't go anywhere, and you got to keep feeding it quarters.
Absolutely. But I think the methane produced by a horse probably contributes more to global warming than a car. So it's not.
Well, it's a different. If it's a different deposit than like a cow. they're two different types of poo, so to speak. And so I don't know if they emit as much as a cow does, because cow gas is what's bringing on global warming, of course.
Uh-huh.
But
And it's
horses, you can use that. Horses are fun, and you if you have to, you can eat them.
and both of the horse excrement and the cow excrement are both metaphors for Democrat promises and stuff. So what
As, both preceded by the words "you're full of." So
and it's this article this article reminds me of the old joke is what did the socialists use before candles?
what?
Light bulbs. And real quick here. I think we can squeeze this. Nah, I'm not going to squeeze it in. We'll do it. We'll do this one next segment. Is that because it's very interesting? Because Arkansas schools are a topic for much humiliation. It's a punchline for a lot of jokes, and you might not be able to do that anymore. And we're going to discuss that and more stories in the next segment here on the Weekly Wrap. Tim Slagle in for Bruce Wolf with Dale Irvin on the Weekly Wrap. I don't know if you saw this, Dale. I think this is fascinating. Is that Arkansas schools are 20% increased since Sarah Huckabee Sanders actually took over the education, increased school choice, did a bunch of other stuff, and now Arkansas schools, which are it's just a big topic of humiliation for the state. It's Arkansas people are ignorant. Apparently, no, they're above average now. And I don't have the statistic in front of me, but I would speculate that they're probably doing better than the Chicago public schools.
Well, they're doing better, ever since they taught them all 26 letters of the alphabet. They've been doing much better since then. And yeah,
Which,
that's interesting because yeah, when you think of Alabama, you get that twang in your voice and your IQ drops 50 points.
yep, nope, that's what they say. But yeah, but that's all it took is that under the program, eligible families receive $8,000 per student each school year to help pay for private school tuition. And essentially, what she did was she busted up the monopoly of the NEA. So,
Good for her. Good for her. Good job.
and also deploying literacy coaches to struggling schools, which I imagine literacy was a problem in Arkansas schools.
Well,
It's
really, it was nothing to read about it, but
that's one of my favorite King of the Hill memes is, boy, if those kids could read, they would be really angry at you. Anyway, it's on to other subjects. Uh, is I don't know if you saw this, is somebody's making a lot of money selling garbage left over from Taylor Swift's wedding.
from outside the wedding.
Yeah.
Nothing from inside. This is all stuff people gathered outside hoping to get a glimpse. And he went through all their garbage and picked it up and now is reselling it.
Well,
And
is it the people that were trying to catch a glimpse, or was it actually the people that were invited to the weddings?
well, I don't know. It was outside whoever, people who didn't put stuff in the trash can. I don't know, but but it was all stuff from outside. He couldn't get in to get any of the good stuff, whatever that may have been.
Right, but he's got cigarette butts, paper cups, plastic straws, scraps of fabric, which could have been a whole dress, from what I saw.
Uh-huh.
Much like the Oscars, an ovulation test kit.
That's the puzzling one. Number one, why would you be carrying it around? Number two, why would you choose that moment to use it?
Well, you know what happens at weddings. You know what there's a tendency to occur at a wedding. It's most guys know this. The only reason why guys go to
Go to
weddings.
weddings, exactly. But
And so you
people are buying this stuff, and it's only proof that P.T. Barnum was right. There is a sucker born every minute.
and a single left AirPod. I mean that seems to me that would go because that might you might actually be able to put that in your ear and hear half of Brad Pitt's phone
I didn't
calls.
know Van Gogh was at the wedding.
Could chunk. It's and it's summer and people are flocking to the beach and if you're planning to go to the Atlantic beach this summer, you might think twice. A 1,700-pound great white shark, the biggest ever recorded in the Atlantic, is heading towards a summer hotspot,
Which is where?
Cape Cod.
Wow.
Which I think isn't that where Jaws was supposed to occur?
Somewhere around there. Yeah, it was Amityville or something. I think it was, I don't know if that was a real town, but it was like Amity or something was the name of the town.
Amityville? No, I thought that was where the whore was from.
Oh,
The Amity,
maybe it was
the
Amity
house.
Heights.
Some,
Well,
something like that. I called the guy with the plastic wig Mad Max in the first segment though, so
but yeah,
you're
the
given a
shark
pass.
sightings all up and down the East Coast. Australia is reporting a lot of shark attacks. Let me just say, from the moment you enter, or the moment you enter the ocean, you become part of the food chain. So just take that into consideration.
Absolutely. It's Darwin back on track.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's the shark's name is Contender, and they know about him because he's got a tracking device on his fin. They're actually been following him swimming,
Contender?
which
It could have been a contender.
well,
But
if you're swimming off Cape Cod this summer, you might become part of a Contender.
yeah, so be very careful. Wear repellent if there is any.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there is. What's interesting to me is I remember most about Jaws. It's very rare for a shark of this size to be seen in this ocean. And the reason why is before Jaws, people didn't like sharks. They would, if they caught them, they would kill them. We'd eat them. I've eaten shark. I don't know if you can still
I've
eat
had
shark.
shark. Yeah.
I think it might be a protected species now. So what's happened is now all this nonsense about we need to protect sharks. Now all of a sudden, it's common for a huge shark the size of Jaws to actually be at a Massachusetts beach. So
Absolutely. Absolutely.
and tracked because that's again, people are fascinated by sharks in the wake of Jaws.
So here's a little fun you can have if you're going to a beach, in Massachusetts, is get yourself one of those little portable air horns, that magnifies your voice, and just walk up and down the beach going da 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 da, and see what happens. I think that would be a lot of fun.
There were actually, how many Jaws movies were there? You remember? I know there was at least three because there was Jaws 3D. So
Yeah,
that was the third one. I
yeah.
don't know which one it was, but the tagline on it was, "This time it's personal." Do you remember that? Is it apparently it was like the child of the shark that was killed in Jaws 1 came looking for revenge,
And then there was
which
Sharknado, which came after that, which was a when tornadoes picked up sharks. And I have a disc of that Sharknado 3 Double D, and it's a 3D movie with all the good parts.
but I don't know if sharks can remember someone that wronged them for revenge, but apparently elephants can.
Is that right?
And
Well, they
and
say
yeah,
elephant never
apparently
forgets, so apparently,
yeah, well, I always thought that was just
yeah, me
a
too.
rumor, but no, No, a notorious rogue Nepalese elephant is stalking the residents of has stalked resident Shanshira Boat. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, Bote, for years, killing 4 of his family members 4 years apart, including 2, even after they moved miles away to escape the homicidal pachyderm.
Wow, that elephant has issues.
Well, yeah, I would have issues if the knock on the door. Don't answer it. It might be the elephant.
Throw some peanuts out there and run away.
Well, Elvis don't knock. They can ring the doorbell. They followed him. They followed him like it's kind of like a reverse Lassie come home. You hear these stories all the time about a dog that gets lost on vacation and travels across the country to his owner's porch. Kind of like that, but a little darker.
And are elephants loners? I always thought that they hung around with like families and stuff, but he just went off by his own looking for this guy.
Yeah, yeah. And when the authorities tried to they wanted to shoot him, because he's obviously dangerous. He ran into a national park where he was protected. So it was like almost like Bugs Bunny ripping down the rabbit hunting season and go, season's over.
It's like the real Babar. Holy Christmas. Yeah, that's a smart elephant there. He's got a future in politics.
Uh-huh. And here's speaking of future, from Houston, Texas, a West Houston woman's pole dancing ended in disaster after the pole hit a fire sprinkler and flooded a neighbor's apartment.
Just a few questions. Why do you want to pole dance in your apartment? Unless of course there's a cover charge. And how did you have that pole fastened where it got loose and banged against the fire thing? I mean, you're supposed to be bolted at the top and the bottom very securely.
It's well, I mean, I know I know she can probably get hired at actually a facility now, because right at the top of her resume it says a known squirter.
Well, I guess that'll get you into some places.
And the final story of the weekly wrap for this week. Apparently, the name change of the Trump airport is backfiring. Is that people don't want to come to the Trump International Airport.
Well, good, because it'll cut down on the traffic in that airport. But not only that, but now they're minting a Trump dollar coin, a commemorative dollar coin coming out in September, and maybe people won't be using that either. I think it would be a beautiful thing to tip with.
And what I find interesting is that Japanese people have no problem flying into Midway. Anyway, we're out of time. Hey, thanks for listening. Hey, hit subscribe if you're watching us on YouTube. Thank you, Dale, for filling in for Bruce. Hopefully he'll be back next week. Tim Slagle, Dale Irvin, in for Bruce Wolf on The Weekly Wrap.
And that's The Weekly Wrap on radio and television. Follow Bruce at Bruce Wolf Shy on Twitter and Tim at timslagle.com. The Weekly Wrap with Bruce Wolf, a CP Pods production.